Testing, testing, testing. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know how I'm sounding.
It get dangerous.
How we doing? How we doing?
Dom DeMarco.
Um, Don and Marco, you know what I'm saying? From what I understand, to be honest with you, I don't know, man. I just I just be hearing it when the DJs hit it, it's always Thunder Marco. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta get that in there. I'm assuming it's a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Back when DJ tags was fresh, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, people used to make DJ used to make their money off of compilation sets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out DJ Esco. Shout out DJ Mustard. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's fire. That's my mantra in life, man. Am I sounding all right? Do y'all feel all right? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? I know I'm still putting stuff away. Y'all know me. Gotta get things together. Turn my little ceiling fan on. If you don't feel good, you look good. I appreciate you being here. Got a cool little honey in the building. Little honey bun. We're gonna have a good day, man. We're gonna have a good day. We got some fun stuff to talk about. We've got some fun stuff to talk about, man. All right, let me turn on the actual thing. Let me do it. Boom. How we feeling? How we doing? No, bro, that's a battle rap DJ Don DeMarco. Okay, there you go. So he is a DJ, but he's a battle rap DJ. Educate me, man. I'm gonna have to do the knowledge, man. You know, this is a sidebar. Before I tell everything that we're about to get into today, you know what I mean? I'll be in them Twitter streets. I don't know if y'all know about things. I'll be needlessly arguing when it comes to two. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'll be in them streets for real. I'll be really arguing with people. What's going on, James Games? What's going on, Alex Ruffin? What's going on, Paul? What's going on? Trust not my heart. Nisa's already in here. Did I not shout out Nisa? What's wrong with me? There she is. There. What's going on, Nisa? Jam in the building. Big Triz. Gotta give the shout out to the people. Oh, audio in the wrong place. Hold up. Let me get this right. Let me get the audio correct. You know me. They call me Mr. Tings No Audio. You feel me? They said I need an audio designer. It's so bad. So I'm gonna get it straight. Don't worry. Eventually, I'll learn how audio works at some point in life. One more time. Let me hear it. There we go. KZ the Great. Every day is school. What's up? All right, said what's up to Alex. Said what's up to James. Said with everybody. All right, we got a lot of positivity going on. Soul, yeah, lot of positivity. So first things first. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be a Shedeur guy if I didn't talk some positive about Shedeur. There's been actually a lot of positive things about Shedeur, which I'm super interested about. Like there are even people like Todd McShay who have been very critical of Shedeur, who even wanted the Browns to go ahead and maybe get a Ty Simpson or get a younger quarterback, or if Dante Moore, whatever. He's saying things positively about Shedeur. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. We got Rizzo asking who's going to be gone. And we're just going to go. We got some stats and facts for you. Very interesting conversation, but giving our guy two a little love. After that, then y'all know me. Most of y'all, I want y'all to if y'all been watching me for a year, where I got my cheese and butter from is showing you underrated players. You can go back. Who put you on the Harold Fannin? Make sure you remember who put you on the Harold Fannin. Before they knew about Harold Fannin, go back. Go back a year in my videos. Who was talking about Dylan Sampson? Who was talking about Quinshon Judkins? Hey, check the tape. You feel me? check the tape. I didn't put you on, but I led you in the right direction. I led the horse to the water, and then you saw the greatness of Harold Fenton. I'm about to do the same with Mr. Anderson, Aaron Anderson out of LSU. I'm going to tell you why that Shedeur Sanders secret weapon, that 5'8" LSU wide receiver, they used to be wide receiver U for a reason. So you know what I mean. And then if we have time, we can get into Todd Monken. Todd Monken did get a nice tight end. Then we got Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, he's talking about the rumors, man. Everybody said that he was or was not a cornerback, and he's coming in to basically tell you what it was. So we got a really good slate. And after that, we got some reactions, a little Cam Newton here, a little bit of that there. Oh, yeah, and Andrew Berry. We have to watch the Andrew Berry interview, too. So we're going to watch that, too. But, yeah, so we're going to start right here. Let's start here and have a little conversation about a lot of praise Shedeur is getting. You know what I mean? And, again, y'all know me. There's people who perpetrate on the internet, and they tell you they are experts. Tings is not one of them. Tings tells you when he's wrong. This is just a public service announcement. A public service announcement. Tings be yapping. He don't know what he's talking about. Do you think somebody with as big of a forehead as mine would know what he's talking about? Come on. I consult the people who do know what they're talking about. So that's me. You know what I'm saying? There's people on the internet that claim to be experts. It's not me. It's not. But I'm gonna show you the truth. I'm gonna lead you the way. Let me read the comments real quick, and we're gonna hop right into this video. Michael Irvin's gonna tell you why Shedeur's the guy. The Big Riz is gonna tell you who should leave on this quarterback room. Todd McShay is turncoating. He's flip-flopping. Now he's a 12 guy or 2 guy. Woo, 2 guy. We got some things to talk about. So first things first. Everyday Score. Talk to you. 2-man says good evening, Browns fam. I'm not sure who's Browns in here, who's not. Tiffy says hi. Suggestion. Could you add your reaction channel to the info on your main channel? Because I've been looking for it but couldn't find it. Okay, yeah. Actually, that's a good one. I will add my reaction channel. That's actually a good suggestion. You putting me on. You telling me how to be a good YouTuber. I see how it is. Casey the Great says, why Jason saying D4 starting? Jason, which Jason? Lloyd? Which Jason? Oh, Tiffy said right there, which Jason? Hitting you up from Kauai. Wow, but I got a house down in DFW, so we them boys. Okay, we rocking with the Sanders folks all the way out there. Hey, big Dallas connections with Sanders. Y'all know what it is. I guess, bro, that bum saying it's about 80% that he's starting. Oh, okay. Cough, but who y'all said? Who y'all said in the chat? I can't read sometimes, man. You know me. You know me. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive, man. Let's keep it positive. Hey, y'all can do y'all own research. What Tings does off platform is what Tings does. I may or may not have, Hey, you notice he ain't quote tweeting me. You know, I don't even want to get into it. You notice he ain't quote tweeting me. Oh, no, Travis is not being traded to the Browns. No. They're separate stories. They're 3 separate stories. Selmore Fudd. What's going on? Oh, Selmore, have you heard? Wait. Selmore Fudd, have I showed you? So I tried the link you sent me. It wouldn't work. I couldn't download it. I couldn't get anything. This is what I got for you. Remember, Selmore Fudd donated $50 to my diaper fund for my little Tings, right? If you do that, you guarantee a sound on the soundboard. This is Selmore Fudd's sound added to the soundboard. Let's hear it.
Dog check. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Boom! You scared? Okay. Dog territory, beware. Okay. Boom! You scared? Okay. Dog territory, beware. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at?
All right, that's too much. I don't know why they started saying West Side. I don't know if they know what Cleveland is and they on the West Side. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about nothing, but you feel me? So that is Selmore Fudd. If you donate $50 to the diaper fund, the donations go straight to my little Tings diaper fund. You can put any sound as long as it's, you know what I mean? It's legal and we good. I will add it. Oh yeah, hey man, I'm the dude in the club. Hey man, I'm you know what I mean? I'm gonna need some space. If you see things in the club, dog, hey, give me a napkin and give me about 50 feet. That's I recommend that for you and your safety. You feel me? That's just, that's how I get down. I really do's it. Okay, Selmore, so Selmore agree. Okay, I want to make sure that you appreciate and approve of that sound. So that is Selmore's. What's going on, Sam Suki? What's going on, Curlton? Selmore, Medina, Casey, Marie, what's happening? Is that beautifully blessed? But because it puts your at instead of your actual name. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, man, we be having a good time. You know what I mean? We be having a good time. All right, y'all ready to start the actual stream? Y'all ready to start? Y'all ready to go? How we doing? Hope everybody's doing great. So let's start off with some positive things about our guy too. James Games says I will be playing that no matter what. Tings, no hats in the club. Oh, some of y'all think I'm bald. I'm not bald. I need to get my hair right. It's all over the place. So one of these days I'll show y'all my hair. Right now it ain't looking right. So, but one day I want y'all to know I'm not bald. So, on stream, bro. Was like, hey man, we having a good time. We having a good time. But let's start. I'm gonna start the stream officially. Let's hear what Michael Irvin has to say. He was on All the Smoke, so we're gonna start right there and keep it pushing. It's a beautiful day, and a lot of people really do believe in Shedeur, right? So we're gonna get into this. I was going on Lanissa Wade, right? Another year, another day, more NFL legends speaking positivity about Shedeur. Now, I've got a few updates in this particular video. You've got Michael Irvin saying why Shedeur should be the guy. You have Tony Rizzo kind of poking around and wondering, should Dillon Gabriel or another quarterback be gone? Should Shedeur Sanders be traded? And then you have Todd McShay coming out, and he sounded like a Shedeur Sanders fan. I don't know. He's seemingly making some excuses, but I have some stats and facts to back up what he's saying, and I think it's an interesting perspective. So first things first, what does NFL legend, Miami legend, Miami sideline legend, Michael Irvin think about Shedeur as it stands right now?
Did the Browns handle Shedeur right to you?
I'm happy.
Because you're talking about handling.
I'm happy that they're handling the way that, because Shedeur right now feels like he's the guy in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You feel that even with Deshaun Watson and Todd Monken, who's come over, now he's you saw that first interview, you said, well, I tried to
draft you, yeah. Dude, that's what you want to tell your quarterback.
Hey, tell him. Do y'all know, I'm talking about them. Do y'all know what that means to have your coach come to you and say something like that?
Everything.
I've been trying to tell dude, that little statement can be the difference between your career or not having
the confidence shifts through the roof.
He been smiling since that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Since that day. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Johnson did say, we had just lost Eddie Brown and Stanley Shakespeare, and I was studying one night, man, over at the Heck Center, man, and Jimmy walked by. And Jimmy looked in the room, and Coach said, Mike, that's you? I said, yeah, Coach. He said, hey. He said, everybody wondering what Miami gonna do next year. Eddie Brown, Stanley Shakespeare gone. He said, wait till I show him Mike Irvin. And walked away.
Coach say that, huh? Yeah.
Go,
you gotta go. You ready to go? Yes, sir.
I do want to say, Michael Irvin is like next in line behind Ray Lewis to give a real good pep talk. Behind maybe Ray Lewis and Ed Reed as somebody, hey man, them, you know what I mean? The Miami boys, you just let them yap to you for a little bit. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
That's all you need. Stone went running, man. I was killing, man. What? I'm gonna kill these niggas, man. Coach. Dude, it's just a whole different thing. It takes you to that level when knowing the coach. And that's what he did with Shedeur. Coming off what Shedeur had dealt with all last year. So to be able to have that, I think
clear mind. Clear mind.
I'm because I think they're talk about some other things, Coach. And I just read the caption. I didn't even read the full caption, and it says all it takes is a coach's belief to change everything, right? And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend too much talking about Big Kevo Stefanski, right? But I mean, we got to be transparent about it, right? For whatever reason, he was a big Dylan Gabriel guy, right? And I've gone on record saying I don't think Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur. I don't think that's what happened. I do think Kevin Stefanski preferred Dylan Gabriel. I do think that Dylan Gabriel being successful would have been a lot more better, or a lot more better, would have been better for the outlook of Kevin Stefanski's career, right? The outlook on what he's done, because again, 3rd round pick, XYZ, all the other stuff. So when I speak about the failures of Dylan Gabriel, of Kevin Stefanski, I don't say that because them as humans are failures. I talk positively about DG, the charitable work he does. He's a great young man. Shout out to Coach Riesland. He actually tweeted out something that Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel are pretty good young men. But when you look at what we saw, when we look at how Kevin Stefanski, tried everything in his power, it seemed like he tried everything in his power to even get Joe Flacco on the bench. It almost felt very premature to put Dylan Gabriel in there because it's not like the offense operated that much better. You're talking about a guy in Joe Flacco who went to another team and immediately started giving us classics like the Unk Bowl, right? Shout out Trizzy for deeming it that. But you got to think about everything that kind of transpired. You have to think about the ebbs and flows and the difference between a 5th round pick being on the outside, so much so that they brought in a 5th quarterback, right? They had Kenny Pickett taking reps over you. You know what I'm saying? They had you, throwing to water boys and utility workers and stuff like that. To then have a coach shake your hand, look you in the eye, right? I keep going back to this because we can't ignore it. The people who love defending Stefanski, you can't ignore what Stefanski himself said, what Shedeur Sanders himself said, right? I remember Shedeur Sanders in that last interview, I believe after the Bengals, after talking about the win, he's like, yeah, me and Kevin Stefanski finally sat down. We finally had a conversation. We broke through. And I genuinely, and that's another reason why I don't think Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur, because if you listen to, I listen to a lot of Shedeur. I listen to all the interviews. If you listen to him, I think he genuinely, at the end there, he found something with Kevin Stefanski. And I think they found an understanding with each other. However, it's too late. There's no way that as a 5th round pick, maybe not the first week he's starting, okay, cool. But have a conversation with the man. Have a personal get on the same page. And the fact that it took until the last week of the season to that, it shows you the communicator he is. The fact that himself, Kevin Stefanski, again, I watch a lot of Kevin Stefanski interviews as well. Ask him, he himself said, David Njoku, one of the most loved people in the Browns over the last half decade, right? He said that David Njoku thought Kevin Stefanski hated him. That's what he said. That's what Kevin Stefanski said that. I didn't say that. I didn't make that up. Kevin Stefanski has looked in the cameras on microphones and said, I have a problem communicating. Other Browns players have said it. Shedeur has said it and come out and said it, right? But Todd Monken doesn't seem to have that issue. Todd Monken grabs hands, looks you in the eye, and tells you what it really is. And for a town like Cleveland, of all places, right? For a place in a state like Ohio, that has the Hall of Fame of football. My God, it's interesting to me how long it took to get to somebody like Todd Monken. An old style, rugged, I believe in you real type coach. This is somebody, it's a different elk, a different space. So I say these things not to disparage Kevin Stefanski, right? I say these things because Kevin Stefanski is technically, he was still a young coach. Todd Monken's not a young coach now. Todd Monken, he's coached at Southern Miss. He's coached at Georgia. He's been with Lamar Jackson. There's a different understanding that he has, right? He's experienced more people, more personalities, right? He understands how to deal with those things. This is my last example. We're going to get to a few more videos. The real reason why Mike Tomlin is so loved in Pittsburgh has a lot more to do with the fact that he could somehow find ways to manage the giant personalities that he has. Let's put the Super Bowls aside, but when the Killer Bees, Antonio Brown, Big Ben, and Le'Veon Bell were there, we've all found out that they are all crazy in their own way, right? Antonio Brown, Le'Veon, but they're all, and let's not even get on Big Ben. They're all crazy in their own way, right? But when Mikey T was there, it was cool and smooth sailing, and we got what we got. ran the playoffs, did what they need to do, right? There's an experience level and understanding level, a communication aspect of this head coaching job that Todd Monken seemingly is just sliding in and making everybody feel confident. Deshaun Watson apparently is looking like the best quarterback in the nation. Shedeur is smiling. He got a spring in his step. The energy is different. Andrew Berry is giving out fist bumps in the draft room. Last year, they made fun of Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry for looking like they was at a funeral during the draft. It's a whole new energy, and that new energy I think is going to be great for everybody in the Browns. Now, will everybody on the roster be on the roster? Because the conversation about 4 quarterbacks a year, and here we are. Taylor Green was added, freak of nature, 6'6". People are calling him wide receiver. Other people are saying that he's going to be a developmental piece, but will he be on the roster? Riz, what are you hearing, man?
Which quarterback could go? Tony said yesterday he won't go 4 quarterbacks
to the regular season, right?
But you'll probably bring all 4 to camp.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, and then like last year, they traded Kenny Pickett. Well, who are they trading this year? What are you going to get for Dylan Gabriel?
Like a 5th or 6th for him, if that.
What could you give for Shedeur?
I don't know.
I want to see what he can do. But the other part of this is I think Shedeur, they owe it to Shedeur if they don't think he's the answer here, or if he's about to get beat out by Deshaun Watson, then they need to send him somewhere where he can at least play.
Here we go. Here we go. Look, the Shedeur Sanders trade idea has been brought back up, and I think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting. Tej, don't worry, we're gonna react to the Mike Vrabel stuff at the end for the second channel, so we're gonna get to that. Don't you worry. Let me. But I'm gonna power through this. I can feel it in the wind, right? When Rizzo is saying, look, and this is why I always tell you, take Rizzo with a grain of salt now. Take it with a grain of salt, because is he propagandizing things, right? What's going on, Leanne? How you doing? Is he propagandizing things? Is he putting it in your head that Shedeur could get traded? Or is he hearing something? Or does Riz genuinely think the best thing for Shedeur Sanders is to get traded? My question to you, comment it down below. If you're in the live chat, let me know how you feel about that. And then if you're going to say that, because, we've been talking about Shedeur being traded for a while, right? Where does Shedeur get traded now? Where is the situation? A lot more free agent quarterbacks have been settled, right? The Rams have their guy of the future. There's a lot of quarterback situations that are either answered and or they have somebody that's next up. So Shedeur would genuinely be going to be, a quarterback too, a developmental quarterback. Now, I think that would be great for him. Let Shedeur sit and chill for a second. Allow him to get away from the toxic Browns media and maybe go to a place that will actually praise him as, a QB2, as a developmental young quarterback, right? Go to an older quarterback and get some tutelage there. I wouldn't be mad at that. But as far as the best chance to start, I think it's here. I think it's with a guy in Todd Monken who really seemingly believes in him, right? And I think it's with a guy that even if Shedeur does get beat out by Deshaun, again, it's been said by multiple Browns fans, hey, he looks really good in shorts, right? I don't know what it's going to look like. Shedeur, I do believe, has been through a lot worse or a lot more adversity than just getting beat out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback. So we'll see what happens there. I want y'all to let me know, hey, is he traded? Where should he be traded? And what should be the good thing for Shedeur? Now, interesting video. I was scrolling and I saw Todd McShay say that. Remember, Todd McShay, like him or love him, I appreciate Todd McShay because of the way he speaks about most college football players. I think he has a good level of delicateness, and I think he promotes really good stories. Sometimes he be wilding, right? And he was a main perpetrator of not only the Cleveland Browns trying to find a quarterback in this draft, but also one of the main perpetrators of this idea that Shedeur Sanders just wasn't looked at as a top-tier guy in a lot of different places and spaces. And apparently he didn't have good interviews and spoke about some of those things that we seemingly thought kind of came out of nowhere. So, like it or not, right, it seems like Todd Monken is coming. Not Todd Monken. It seems like Todd McShay is saying something that if a Shedeur Sanders fan would say, most people would call him delusional. Let's hear it. What does he guys say?
They didn't have the cast, so you can't truly evaluate a quarterback until you have the pieces around him, right?
Yep.
You can actually evaluate Shedeur this year. You couldn't last year.
Now, I thought it was a small little snippet there, but I thought it was big. Again, this is from a guy who's And Todd McShay, he's a big football guy. He's a big whatever, right? I don't think he's negative towards Shedeur. He was just reporting on what what leaks had been reported. But it doesn't seem like he's a big proponent of Shedeur being a quarterback of the future, and that's fine. But I do think it's interesting that this guy, who's extremely pretty harsh on quarterbacks, really, really stringent on the way that he evaluates people, him of all people is saying that, we'll speak at the NFL level, not the college level, very, very strict on how he does on the NFL level. And he's even like, oh yeah, we couldn't really evaluate Shedeur Sanders. When Shedeur Sanders fans were saying that at the end of the year, they were called delusional. And this is where I get a problem where, there's, I don't know if you heard about a pendulum, right? And when you push a pendulum so far to one side, right? Shedeur's crap, he's terrible, he's never going to play, he's going to get cut. That's what they were saying when he was the third string quarterback. I do not want y'all to forget that. They were not saying Shedeur Sanders they were saying he's never going to play, he's not going to win no games, he's not going to do anything. And then he ended up being the first rookie, and I think only rookie, in 2025 to have a 300-yard passing game. He shares records with Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. So what are we talking? First to win since 1999 to start. We could talk about all the other history he literally made in his 7 starts, right? And now all of a sudden, when people were like, "Hey, the offensive line is trash." By the way, going into Week 16, PFF, the Browns were a 31st ranked offense. Guess what Shedeur did? Wait, didn't he win that game? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know he won the last 2 games. I forgot if it was Week 16 or 17. 31st, one of the worst offensive line ranked ever in PFF. Boom. How about for the article? I just did a video speaking about the draft leak, right? And this is from that same Yahoo article where she quotes ESPN, an offensive line that last year ranked 20th in pass block win rate and 24th in run block win rate. Bottom of the league in an offensive line. Cleveland Browns entering the 2026, the Browns were considered to have the league's worst wide receiver room. This is for PFF and Google, with 2025 data showing them last in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. PFF noted that they had the worst receiving grade last season. What are we talking about? When Shedeur Sanders fans said that, you're delusional. You're just making excuses, man. You don't know football. When I look at the football, it says that the supporting cast wasn't there. Todd McShay is saying that you can't even evaluate Shedeur. It's insane to me that when y'all stop trying to call everybody zealots and try to name call people, right? Because it really upset me. That Jason Lloyd comment about Shedeur fans aren't football fans. I have a lot of audience members in here. I call y'all audience members. Y'all not fans of teams. Y'all are audience members of teams, right? I don't consider y'all fans, right? But a lot of y'all are fans of Deion, of Shedeur. And then it goes deeper because a lot of y'all are fans of other teams. A lot of y'all are fans of other players. A lot of y'all, when I bring out names like Dre Archer and, Braxton Miller and blah, 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 y'all got responses for me. Y'all are football fans. So that really upset me. That rubbed me the wrong way. When Jason Lloyd said, you're just a Shedeur fan, you're not a football fan. What? Because I'm a fan of a football player that plays football is the son of one of the greatest football players of all time. I'm not a football fan. My comment section would disagree. I want to say thank you to every single person who showed up to my draft streams, my multiple draft streams. I had hundreds of people in there talking real hoops. And I was like, I literally told my lady, I was like, this is phenomenal. People say this and that about who these people are, but it seems like they watch more football than some of these talking heads. It seems like when I really get to talking about football, my audience are the same people. Hey, Tings, actually, you need to. I didn't find Jeff Caldwell. Somebody in my live chat, my Shedeur fans that aren't football fans. Hey, Jeff Caldwell, 6'5" demon out of Cincinnati. Oh, who? Oh, word? Let me check him out. Hey, I talk about Casey Conception. I got people in my chat. Nah. Let me check you because actually Jamar Chase had a similar drop rate. I'm like, who are y'all? So please, I want y'all to remember what y'all said when this offensive line was out there with Shedeur. I want y'all to remember what y'all said when Quinshon Judkins, it's so crazy. Quinshon Judkins' rushing ability fell off a cliff. You want to know why? Because that offensive line was falling apart. I said that in the middle of the season. This is an old, broken offensive line. And I remember a Browns fan commented, "You don't know what you're talking about." 2 weeks later, people's knees were falling off the bone. Please don't disrespect people's intelligence. Don't tell people one thing and then 3 months later be like, "You know what? You're right. We can't evaluate you." That's not what y'all was saying when y'all was clowning him for being a Pro Bowler, clowning him for this and that. Please, just let's just keep it consistent. Real crazy, but I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy for Shedeur. No matter what happens, I think he found somebody that is at least going to speak that positivity towards him, and believing in yourself, especially the way that he does. I think it's only going to lead to more positive things, man. So y'all let me know how y'all feel down below in the comments. Like this video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. Hey, man, we'll see you next time. Peace. All right, we got to get into this Andrew Berry interview, man. Andrew Berry, where you at, man? Where you at, dog? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're going to start at 11 because he starts talking about Shedeur. Now, I do want to do a little quick snippet here, and I'm going to talk to you guys real quick in the chat. What y'all got going on? What you got? Tiffy said, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening." Read the chat a little bit. People don't gonna like it. Expect Deshaun to start off the season. Yeah. What's it called? And the thing is, and I talked about this in a video. It's like, you have to. We can't be so upset if Deshaun starts because there's money tied to Deshaun. Like there's a lot more tied to Deshaun. Now, what I will say is that it would be rough because Taylor Green is the developmental quarterback, right? We all assume that he's not gonna start and he's not gonna have a chance to start this year at all. Like please go watch Arkansas football if you please. But he's a freak of nature. He might be an option quarterback. We'll see, right? So my only issue is split resources. How are you going to develop Taylor Green and develop Shedeur if he's going to be the QB2? That's the only predicament, right? And that's where I think the trade rumors and the trade conversation kind of comes in there, right? But interesting, somewhere fun. Again, real Browns fans speaking about it. DHS Football says Sanders still better. Hey, there you go. Toolman says he bet on DW4 in rolled craps, taking 7 years to get past the contract. But if DW4 had played, stayed healthy, had taken care of a business, we wouldn't be upset. Interesting. I would be extremely mad because the way not just the Cleveland Browns has treated this man, but the NFL, Shedeur did not deserve this. Interesting. Coach CJ, what's going on? What's it called? I can see Browns starting with DW4 if he's healthy. Yeah. Some of us still play football. Hey, there you go. Down Ball Sports, shout out to you. Jason is pompous. He got his feelings hurt running his mouth, and now his foot is stuck in it. Yeah, I do. I just didn't. That irked me, man. You could say the cult stuff, the oh my god, y'all love Shedeur, oh y'all love Deanna. Okay, cool. But to say they don't watch football, it's like, all right, all right. I get it. Like we don't. Everyone has got to be what's it called? Putting these things. You got to play Deshaun Watson to trade him. I'm not mad at that. I don't think you're going to trade Deshaun Watson because his contract is cooked after this. I already have my mind prepared if they start DW, but it is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to read a little bit, read some of the chat before we get into this next part here. We already wrote that. Watching a freaky D. That's crazy, man. That is a crazy situation. But let's check it out. Andrew Berry had some things to say. Let's see what he's got going on, man. Hey, man, Andrew Berry making his media rounds. He's pulled up with Big Riz. Let's see what he had to say about the quarterback competition, about Shedeur, and just the future of the Browns. We're gonna start with this small clip, and then we're gonna go to the full interview as well.
Andrew, are you gonna you'll bring 4 quarterbacks to camp, as you did last year, but then what will the assessment be at that point, and what ultimately do you plan on doing for the season with the 4 you have?
Yeah, so I think, we've preached competition since we've been here, and that'll hold true in the quarterback room. As Todd said, that doesn't mean that everybody gets equal reps, and that's true across positions. but we're looking for performance. Like, yeah, and I hate to make it that simple, but that's what it's about. Ultimately, I think you all know that we like to keep at least 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster, provided that they earn the spot, and another on the practice squad. So we want to make sure that we have talent and depth at the position.
Talent and depth at the position. So maybe, and I want to go back because, we talked a lot about emergency quarterbacks, back when Shedeur was the emergency quarterback. And obviously we got into the nitty gritty of, what an emergency quarterback is, what it does, and what the requirements are. Remember that an emergency quarterback technically has to understand the offense, right? They are the emergency quarterback, right? They can't just come in if the QB1 or QB2 is bad. The only way they can come in is if both of your QB1 and QB2 have injuries that take them completely out of the game, right? So it's a little different of idea. So maybe Taylor Green being a QB3, maybe that doesn't make as much sense, right? So that's where I think the someone's got to go, someone's got to get traded because he's going to be that developmental guy. Somebody's going to be a true QB2, right? And I think that's how people are looking at it. I think it's an interesting conversation. But before we dive too deep into it, right? Let's dive deeper into it. You feel what I'm saying? Let's see what Andrew Berry had to say to Riz, and we're not gonna watch obviously the entire thing, but we got a nice little chunk here that we're gonna watch. Andrew Berry being on ESPN Cleveland. We're gonna start right at that 11-minute mark. Here it is. Boom. Let's get into it.
Every player goes according to their own pace, and you never really know what that pace is until they get into your building. So he'll be given what he can, consume and absorb, and then we'll go from there.
Andrew, you've stressed collaboration so much over your tenure with the Browns. The collaborative process with the quarterbacks ultimately making a decision. How will that change with Todd Monken as a coach from Kevin? Is it going to be the same process, or are you going to have a stronger say? How do you think that's going to manifest?
And just for clarification, do you mean in terms of player selection? Do you mean in terms of lineup?
I think you guys use that phrase almost at every turn publicly, at least in my experience. Tell me if I'm wrong. But even the decision about who would play on a Sunday was Kevin's call. But he would always say, but I'm going to go to Andrew and we're all going to collaborate together in making a decision together.
Yeah, I think ultimately when we talk about collaboration, it's input. Like, I don't know a building in the NFL where the general manager and head coach wouldn't talk about everything from player acquisition decisions to lineup decisions, not just at quarterback. But at the end of the day, who plays, that's Todd's call. Like, that's part of why we hired him. And if and same thing with Kevin. Like, if I couldn't trust Kevin or Todd to make a lineup decision, then I have the wrong guy in the seat. That's a pretty basic responsibility for the head coach. And it's similar with, personnel decisions. Like, yes, you want to have discussions with your coaching staff, your scouting staff, your analysts, coaches, particularly for the schematic piece of it and the development piece of it. But ultimately it's my responsibility to make the decision.
Andrew, unlike last year, you didn't have many surprises, really. I didn't think, in your draft.
Had to pause it because we had a little bit of action here. Here we go. Mamula says, Rip Mamula says, do you think they draft a quarterback because this is Deshaun's last year, making DG the backup next year? Probably feel they need a better backup. I think they drafted Taylor Green because of how much of a freak of nature he is, right? And if they can't get anything out of him quarterback wise, they can get something out of him wildcat wise, and I think they're going to use him as a utility player. That's what I think. I think that's why they drafted Taylor Green. If they would have drafted any other quarterback, I would have believed what you were saying. But the fact that they got Taylor Green, who can, if he's as bad as some people think that he is quarterback wise, he can still play other positions. I think it makes the conversation a little different. But I appreciate I appreciate the $4.99, man. Come on, where my dogs at? Anyway, appreciate the $4.99. Appreciate everybody donating to the Diaper Fund. Let's get right back in.
But to me, the biggest surprise was after you took Concepcion, you had all night to think about it, and you came right back with Denzel Boston. When you went to bed Thursday night, is that what you were thinking, or did you arrive at it as Friday began?
Great question, Tony. It was what I was thinking going to bed Thursday night. Once he fell out of the first round, it really, I promise, I'm telling the truth on this. It really came down to Denzel and Emmanuel. As really our top two options. So we didn't think there was really a world where we would really get both.
Yeah, why do you think Emmanuel dropped the way he did? Was it a Mac thing, or because everybody was surprised? And Andrew, that's getting pretty much your best pick. People are saying that's probably your best pick. The value there that you assess.
I can't. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I mean, he excellent film, great kid, no durability issues. It's probably maybe a little bit what we experienced with Jeremiah in 2021, where I think at times the quote-unquote non-premium positions, if you get maybe the second wave of players that run, sometimes that can start maybe a little bit later than you anticipate. The other piece of it is, thinking back in both those situations with Jeremiah, he was maybe a little bit more scheme specific because of how he produced. Being an undersized, athletic, explosive guy, he may not fit in every system. And with Emmanuel, I mean, while we see him as pretty versatile, he probably has a little bit more appeal to defenses that will deploy some of these like 3 safety systems. So that's my best guess, but I wish I had a better hypothesis for that. But
I want to speak a little bit more to Emmanuel McNeil-Warren because I really think he's a really good football player. Out of the MAC, he's a 6'3" guy. And actually, again, while I was on my draft, a lot of people in my comment section were saying, hey, man, this is the new Kyle Hamilton. And I was like, new Kyle Hamilton, what do you mean? And then, you really look into it. Oh, 6'3", long, big, rangy, fast. He's great in the box, right? And not just, in the box, but even at the line of scrimmage. Like, this can be a guy that can completely transform an already transformative defense, right? So this could be the gem in the crown of a very elite Browns defense. So you got to give Andrew Berry some credit because he's done some good job, or he's done a really good job, not only building the offense, but still bolstering and making sure the best part of his team, the defense, is also getting that much better too. It's a fine line to have to try to balance there.
I really don't.
Andrew, people surmised that even up until the draft, Myles Garrett could possibly be dealt. You have been steadfast in what you believe in. Is there a scenario down the road where Myles would be a chip for you to use as you try to assess as much value as you can? Or are you guys just dead set convinced that you want him to be a part of this franchise for all the years to come?
Yeah, we want Myles to be a part of this. Like, I joke with Tony because I know what was it? Was it Saturday night or whatever? I answered in an absolute, at that point, and I guess like you can never say never, but like that's never been like a thought or consideration in our minds. So it would have to be some type of situation that I don't foresee at this point, or some huge surprise.
And who knows? Who knows? I mean, nobody's holding you to this.
Yeah.
We understand things change, and there's some strange bedfellows that come about in the NFL. Go ahead, here.
The elephant in the room, though, Andrew, is that quarterback decision, ultimately. Not just with the guys you have on the roster, but with whatever the future might hold. Do you believe that now the Browns are maybe a warmer, more welcoming place for a quarterback to come? For a long time, I think we've sort of speculated that, the Browns might be waiting for some hero to walk through the door or fall out of the sky, the white knight to walk across Lake Erie, as Rich sometimes says. But I think, was this draft in a way, how was it, I guess, a part of trying to create an environment, whether it's the guys on the roster or a future guy, where they can be successful and they don't have to be a superhero?
Yeah, it was a big part of it, and part of it is just based on you have to deal in the players that become available to you in a given acquisition cycle, and exiting last year, we were very honest that we felt like we had a young, outstanding defense that was set, and our focus was going to transition with the abundance of resources that we had turn over the offense, which it really aged out from a successful period for us. And so that was the focus. That's what we looked to do in free agency. That's what we looked to do in the draft. Not being so rigid or stubborn that we couldn't use a significant resource on an Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. But that was the focus because we thought that's how the player pool lined up.
Andrew, listeners to this program know we were clamoring for a center for weeks, and you end up picking one in the 5th round from Alabama. Is he a legitimate contender to start? Do you rate him that advanced?
Yeah, we like Parker a lot. So I'd say anyone who comes on our roster, like we will not put a ceiling on their short-term or long-term. And Parker has played a lot of football. He's really smart. He's very athletic. He plays bigger than his size, produced at a high level at the SEC. But you also can't predict how rookies will hit the ground running. Some, it's a very seamless transition. Others, they may take a little bit of time. But we do think that Parker has the makeup to be competitive from the onset.
Did you?
And y'all can go watch the full interview. I implore you to. I don't like watching the full things. I usually grab some clips and kind of go from there. Now, what I do want to speak about is, shout out to Andrew Berry because that boy be fleecing anyway. But I want to wrap up those last two thoughts, right? The first one about Taylor Green and the quarterbacks, kind of like I said earlier, right? You have to understand the philosophy that Andrew Berry has typically had, right? And he's a value guy. And getting a 6th-round quarterback that's 5'6", or sorry, 5'6", 6'6", runs a 4.3. He runs faster than most of the wide receivers in the class. He's taller than all the wide receivers in the class, and he's strong and he's big. He's got a big arm. Like you're just as a person, right? I don't know how many of y'all played college football, 25, 26, whatever, or if you played NCAA back in the day. When you have an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let's just get him in the building, right? Let's just get the athlete in the building and see what it can be. And that's kind of how I took what Andrew Berry said. That he was like, look, man, you have to in each cycle, right? The same thing with Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Hey, they probably weren't assuming that Emmanuel McNeil-Warren was going to be there. I think I hope I'm not misquoting Andrew Berry, but I remember him saying that he just said it. Denzel Boston and Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, they thought they would have to pick him at 24. So instead of that, they go and get Emmanuel McNeil-Warren a little bit later, right? Some people say that they got like 3 or 4 first-round picks in all of their first-round picks. So Andrew Berry's going to go get out there and get a lot of value for his picks, and hopefully someone who's going to be able to start and do some things. And if not, again, value, right? He's a project guy that might be able to do something. And I understand kind of what that thought process is. The other thing, though, I know this is a little bit more underrated, but he's talking about the Alabama center, obviously, that they just drafted. Remember, I see a lot of people, I see people mocking up what's the new Browns offense. They keep putting Elton Jenkins at center. Elton Jenkins is coming from, if I'm not mistaken, like a dislocated knee. Like he's fucking, like he ain't doing the best right now. He's most likely not going to be ready to start for the first 4 weeks of the season. You're going to have to figure out who's playing center for this team. And potentially it could be a late round pick out of Alabama that's going to give you an immediate, maybe it won't be in the league, but an immediate player right there. Whoever's getting the balls and snapping under center and or in shotgun is going to have to learn this new young rookie really quickly. So I think that's an interesting thing that kind of puts things in perspective. But great interview from Andrew Berry. Look, man, I think Andrew Berry be telling the truth, man. I don't know what it is about him. You know what I mean? You like him or love him. I think he really tells the truth and tells you what's going on. Let me know if y'all think he's BSing, if he's working around. But I think this might just be a real honest, fair situation that Shedeur is going to be walking into, that all these quarterbacks are going to be walking into, even Taylor Green, right? And if he shocks the world, like I said in my other video, dog, if Taylor Green beats out Deshaun Watson and Shedeur, you might want to put some money on the Browns winning the Super Bowl. If a 6'6", 4'3", 640 quarterback, world record breaking jumping and he's like Cam Newton on crack. Like I don't know how else to say it. If he finds a way to throw footballs accurately, it's gonna get I don't even want to push the button, but it's gonna get dangerous for other reasons. But you know how I feel. I think two gonna handle business. It is what it is. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Be great, be beautiful, be blessed. We'll see you next time. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Y'all want to take a break? Do a little Travis Hunter-ing? take a break and do a little bit of Travis Hunter in. Y'all want to do Travis Hunter or Shedeur's Travis update, or we can do Shedeur's secret weapon. And I'm going to read the chat for just a second. I haven't even played this song once today. Let me do this. This is my loading music. Hold up. I would listen. I would go in the club if they was playing this. Travis, Shiloh is a streamer. He's done. Yeah, Shiloh himself said he was done. So if Shiloh says it, I gotta believe it. Jeremiah Smith to pick send Arch to Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness, Arch Manning in Pittsburgh. That's some nasty stuff. Browns fans would hate that. Jimmy Haslam would hate that. What's it called? We had a little backup quarterback conversation earlier. Toolman makes a good point. He says no one sees DG throwing 100 yards like the league on fire. But if we have an O-line in the running game, some coaching, he may be able to move the ball and make better decisions. That is possible. That is very possible. This music is loud as hell. But I do want to say that really quick. And that's why some people even get mad at me. You can get mad at Dylan Gabriel's fiance because she was talking spicy, but Dylan Gabriel is a pretty good guy from what I've seen. He's pretty fair. And then on top of that, when you watched him at Oregon and at Oklahoma, he was a decent football player. Like he's a good football player. There's a reason why a lot of people assumed that he was going to look good in the Kevin Stefanski system. Now, that's why some people like to say, oh, well, why didn't y'all say Kevin Stefanski, was holding Dylan Gabriel back? I do. I do. I don't think that Dylan Gabriel should have been out there starting as soon as he was. I don't think that they should have been spreading the rumor that Dylan Gabriel had the offense down pat and the ball looked so good and there's all this zip on the ball because we watched what the real game was. So it's like somebody was lying. Like somebody was clearly lying. And then I'm not going to forget the fact that Kevin Stefanski made Dylan Gabriel throw the ball 47,000 times against Pittsburgh. That was egregious. That was absolutely egregious. He seems like a guy that doesn't know how to put his quarterbacks in the best situation possible, at the very least. You feel what I'm saying? But I do think Dylan Gabriel, he can have a future. There's a reason why people, seemingly thought that he could do what he could do. When you speak about money, Watson is local money. Shedeur is global money. They will only gain. No, when I speak about the money that's owed to Deshaun Watson, I'm saying that, he got a cool $50-40 million. So, if they're going to spend all this money, they've already spent this fully guaranteed contract. They're going to try to get as much value in Jimmy Haslam's eyes as they think they can get. You know what I mean? Dylan Gabriel girlfriend about to be a Taylor Green woman now. Oh, man. Come on, man. Let's not. Come on, man. Taylor Green is cool, though. I like Taylor Green. Like, I really do think he's super cool. Or another team who respects him. I don't know who you're talking about. They act like they don't respect him, including the Browns front office. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Finish the Browns segment. And that's a classic, my boy. I agree, Toolman. Oh, okay. What's up, dude? What's going on, One Ohio Dog? What's going on, man? What's going on? What's it called? Please trade. Can't hear you over the music. Yeah, the music was too loud. The music was too loud. What's it called? Dylan Gabriel was in the same bad situation on the field as Tu was. Yeah, I agree. And if y'all remember, hey man, you can say a lot of things about what's it called? You can say a lot of things about things, man, but you can quote me. Go back and check out what I was saying about Dylan Gabriel. At the same time, I was like, yo, he might be looking bad, but these are not the greatest situations to be put in either. Like they are forcing a man who struggles pushing the ball down the field. That's not being derogatory, right? But you're forcing a guy who struggles pushing the ball down the field to throw the ball on 3rd and 7, right? And again, you have to throw the ball on 3rd and 7. But the question, the real answer there is, as an offensive mind and an offensive coordinator, what are you doing to ensure that you don't have to be in 3rd and longs? I talked about that all season long. Stop putting your quarterbacks in 3rd and long and telling them to figure it out, right? And if you're going to tell them to figure it out, don't tell them to figure it out with a fucking post or slant. Or can we do something that is more conducive to getting some easy yards? Can you make this third down and long that's going to be already hard? Already pass rushers are going to have their ears pinned back. Can you make it easier for your young quarterback? And Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur, I did not see play callers do that. I just didn't see them doing that. I saw them run, and now it's 3rd and 8, and now you're going to have to make the best pass, and you're backed up on your 20-yard line. Like, it's not conducive good football. Woman with the problem with QB2 is Rams wifey. There with their podcast, and Stafford had problems with her in the past. She is a firecracker. Hey, them Stafford, that whole Stafford situation. Hey, man, it gets crazy over there, dog. Okay, seems like y'all want to talk about Shedeur Sanders' secret weapon. Now there was a man. There was a man in the woods. So
here's why the founders of Emmy.
Oh my goodness, why is it doing this? What is it doing this? Mr. Aaron Anderson. I'm a big proponent. Remember, when I make this video, remember, dog. That's all I'm gonna say is remember, dog. Okay? Remember where I was when Harold Fannin got drafted in the 4th, 5th round. I forgot what round he got drafted. Who was telling you Harold Fannin was gonna be the truth? Who? Please. Remember. Do you remember how we began? Hey, y'all see that Michael Jackson movie? I need to go see that. Do you remember? I bet you remember. I gotta grab one thing. Anderson. What's it called? Senior Boo. I bet you remember. Oh, here we go. Here's Aaron Anderson getting work. I want to make sure I can actually show y'all him getting busy, because he does get busy. Boom, beautiful stuff. Boom, there it is. Lots of positive about Mr. Aaron Anderson. Remember who told you about? I might not have been the person who told you about what's called Mr. What's his name? Harold Fannin. But I was one of the first people to talk about Harold Fannin. All right, I liked Harold Fannin coming out of Bowling Green, just in general. Just a good just a guy that can really put the ball in the basket. You feel me? Shedeur had it slightly worse situation than DG because Shedeur faced more 1st and 15 plus than Dylan. And sadly, I watched every play and my chest still hurts when them floppy fish blockers jumping off sides. Toolman speaking the truth. And Toolman, you can also speak to not only the first the tough, being behind the sticks with the offsides and the bad offensive line, but then you have to talk about the fact that, and I always, whenever I bring up the fact that Shedeur had the worst of the offensive line, I don't even talk about Shedeur. I'll talk about Quinshon Judkins. You can look at Quinshon Judkins' running stats, and you can see them fall off a cliff because there was a revolving door of bad offensive linemen. Like, I'm not saying that because I'm a Shedeur fan. I'm saying that because I watch football. I'm a Texans fan. I know what a bad offensive line is. Please, just trust me. Like, I'm telling you. Have you covered the Travis Hunter rumor details? I have not. I'm about to. It looks like we're going to go Shedeur Sanders and Aaron Anderson first, though. Any MJ impersonators in the crowd? That's hilarious. But yeah, let's hop right into it. Let's hop right into Aaron Anderson, undrafted free agent. Right. So the the Browns officially signed some undrafted free agents, and it looks like Andrew Berry is really trying to get busy with the wide receivers. Now, we've heard of, Jamari Thrashes, the Luke Flores of the world, some of the either late round and or undrafted free agents that really became stars in the offseason with Shedeur, and became reliable targets for him. I think Aaron Anderson, though, is going to be a secret weapon in general, just for the entire Browns offense. I think he's somebody that can mimic a little bit of what Casey Concepcion does. I think he's explosive. I think he's great after the catch, and he could even help in special teams. Out at LSU, the 5'8", absolute explosive player. He's got a few things to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through some of the interviews that he did, not only at the Combine, but also at the Senior Bowl, right? And then we're going to watch him tear it up in denim tears cleats at the Senior Bowl because he can get real loose. And then I'm going to read some articles, see what it was when he, well, actually, let's start right here because, when he officially signed, You know what I'm saying? He was feeling good. He's you know what I'm saying? Really feeling nice, man. Really feeling good about himself. And that's a beautiful thing. So I want to get deeper into the person that Aaron Anderson is, because as an undrafted free agent coming out of LSU, being as explosive of an athlete as he is, I think he might be a sleeper and a secret weapon for the Browns offense.
So my first goal is really just, to get drafted by any team, just to get my feet in there. That's my first goal.
I'm a route runner and size don't matter. It's hard over height.
Dom DeMarco.
Get off me. Lean into him. Ooh. Mr. Separator. Okay. Ice. I'm gonna have to mute some of this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. I got some real deal. We got some real deal footage out there in the field. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna watch some of his bag work. Again, a route runner, a real deal route runner. You feel me? 1 second, I gotta check my little guy. Hold up. I'm gonna get back to the video. I gotta check my little guy. I got a little fella. Uh-oh. I can see him, but he's stirring. I hope she can hear me. All right, I alerted the police. I've got a little bitty buddy, and he's stirring right now. He's supposed to be making some sleeps, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now let's watch him get busy. Let's watch him get busy, right? All right, let's get right into it, right? So
Champ side here with Aaron Anderson
at the Senior Bowl. I'm gonna skip past this. We'll get back to him talking. I just want to show you what he can do on the football field, right? I want to see what can be done. Again, he's going against some projected first round talent at the time, right? He's going against some Big Ten, SEC level talent, right? We're gonna see him out there. Again, 5'8". I mean, again, 5'8", making people fumble, making people stumble and fall. 5'8", in the denim tears. Get up off me. Oh my god. You see how he mushed his ass? He mushed him. Hey, one thing about a small wide receiver, they some ass. Hey, like they some dogs. They some real deal dogs. First off, let's get the quality right. Second off, let's slow it down a little bit here. Let's go half speed. I want to show you. Move them. Flip those hips. Get on the inside. Mush them. First off, son, this is a penalty. So give me my 15 yards already off the bat. You got your hands on my face mask. Well, here's what I love here. Look at his feet. Look at what he's doing with his feet. He's over here. His feet are already pointed towards where he's trying to get to. Bam, right? He flipped them around. I'm attacking your blind spot. Where are you going, son? You need a map. You need a map expeditiously, like at this very moment. Bam. And look at that. Look how tight those feet. Don't look at him mushing him. Look at the boom. Look at the feet. One, bam. Woo! Hey, now. It's a bad man. It's a bad physical. Attack the blinds. Hey, I'm gonna attack you right there. Boom. Get you. Touch the earth, son. That boy, hey, somebody check his PCL. Come on now. Again, he's only 5'8", though. He's only 5'8". They didn't believe in the small wide receiver. What? You gonna put your hands on me? Bye. That's, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is called creating separation right here. Igbinosun, hey, this is a top tier defender, right? This is an Ohio State corner right now. Boom, getting into his body, and this is separation. He can't keep up with him. Where he going? Look at him. He's in his pocket right here. But watch what happens. Watch him. Watch him sail off. You ever been to the beach? You ever been to the beach and you stand in one spot in the water and you look back and you like, how the hell did I get over here? That's what happened to him. He dazed and confused. He off to the side. He just going in the ocean, man. Let's see it again. This time against off press coverage. I mean, I said off press coverage. Off coverage. Or on air. Maybe it's just air. Hey, I thought it was a real person. My fault. My fault, OG. But you can see a very explosive football player. A big time speedster. The feet are extremely fast. Again, he's not the biggest, but he definitely is the baddest. He has a little bit of that Steve Smith in him, mushing people at the line. He can't be bullied around. I think he's going to be a really good football player and you know, a secret weapon that can kind of come in and might be a little bit more under the radar, right? Might be not the most elite, what's it called? Might not be the most amazing right off the bat, but he's got the ability, and of course the punt returning and the return ability too cannot be ignored as well. Him and Casey Concepcion is really good to have, you know, multiple players that have that similar style that can, hey, boom, when Casey's not in there, hey, see what Aaron Anderson can do, right? Because he's got the speed, he's got the effectiveness. I'm very happy to see what he can bring to the game. Now, do want to speak a little bit about who he is and what he is. So this is from On3. It says former LSU wide receiver Aaron Anderson has signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Cleveland Browns following the conclusion of the 2026 NFL Draft. He himself announced the news on Instagram. There it is right there. Yeah, feel me? He feeling good. He got the Browns hat on. You feel me? Anderson initially began his career at Alabama, but he spent only one season with the Crimson Tide. He then transferred to LSU ahead of the 2023 season. Okay. More about the guy, more about the man. What NFL draft analysts are saying about Aaron Anderson. So Anderson doesn't have great size at just 5'8", but he fills out his frame well enough. Still, he'll have trouble presenting matchup problems with his size, having to rely on other elements of his game at the next level. His speed does allow him to get away from defenders down the field, something he'll have to count on the NFL is going to be a good bit to like. So what are the experts saying? Well, NFL Network's Lance Zierlein provided an evaluation of Aaron Anderson ahead of the NFL draft. He says Anderson is short but stocky. Slot receiver with good speed but below average hands. Injuries in quarterback play slowed his production in 25, so a heavier dose of 24 tape is needed for his evaluation. His routes are rhythmic and fairly disciplined, but he fails to create enough separation from his break points. Hey, I don't know. I was seeing separation on the break points, man. He has play strength to compete for the contested throws he's likely to see against tight press man. Anderson has the talent and toughness for NFL teams like to see, but his lack of size explosiveness could make it a challenge for him to earn a spot as a backup. So it seems like they doubt his ability to make an immediate impact, but I think small, stocky, but with enough discipline and enough strength, I think it could be an interesting matchup for certain people. So let's stop with the Senior Bowl. Let's find you some real game footage, huh? Let me see if I can hunt down some real game footage. They said my boy Aaron Anderson is a bum. They said when you put on the real pads, Aaron Anderson can't separate. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see it. Oh, here we go. I don't know if this is slow, man. I don't know if this is the wrong thing. I got the wrong thing, man. What happened? I'm finna show you something, man. Don't worry, I'll pause the video, but I wanna actually show you some real foosball, man. I don't want you to just think, you know what I mean? He ain't a guy or nothing. Oh, this is what I know him from, boy. Looking like Malik Neighbors. I thought this was Malik Neighbors when I saw this first clip, dog. This one, but I'll show you. So, you know, why is Aaron Anderson a secret weapon, Tings? Is he just an LSU receiver? No, I think he has home run ability. Now, the home run ability isn't just about being able to run. It's about taking a PA screen against Clemson, making people miss, right? Getting to the 50 and continuing to go. That's what it's about. And then it's not just about that, because then it's also about against, and this is 2024 tape, right? This is 2024 tape against Texas A&M. Now, I want you to see something. Again, he can't separate. Look at this. Look what Aaron. Y'all see him? Y'all see him? Y'all see the three people? Hold up. Let me make sure you can really see it. Move the screen. Get the screen. No, the screen, dog. The screen. Yeah, there you go. Look at it. Look at him. Y'all see what's happening? He in the Bermuda Triangle. He got defenders all around. I want to make sure you see this before I play the rest of this. Because what happens next, that boy gone. That boy making people touch the earth. I don't know what tape was seen. Maybe I need to watch the low lights. But people seem to touch the earth and they can't keep up with him. Mind you, this is the SEC. Mind you, this safety, don't even look nowhere. Look at that. Just look at this safety up here. Up here. He's got the angle. He can't catch him. He's fast enough to outrun people in the SEC. He was hampered by the awful coaching of Brian Kelly, and now he could potentially become a secret weapon for the guy, Shedeur Sanders. This is a beautiful thing, man. How do y'all feel about Aaron Anderson? Do you think he's actually a ball player? Do you think he gets nice and loose? Or do you think he's going to get kind of lost in the sauce of the Jamari Thrashes and the Lou Florias and our guy Gage Lavardian, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happens there. Does he replace Gage? Y'all let me know if y'all like him. Is he going to be able to make an impact? Comment down below. I'm excited about Aaron Anderson, man. I think people are a little too low on him. I think he might add a little flavor, a little punch. Remember who showed you Harold Fanning? Remember who showed you Dylan Sampson? Come on now. I'm not right all the time, but I'm right enough of the time. Y'all be beautiful. Y'all be blessed. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. Be great. Be beautiful. Be all that, man. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right. Another dog. Just a dog. You know what I mean? All right. Let's check in on our guy, Travis Hunter. Huh? Travis, have you heard the Travis Hunter rumors, man? Oh, Glockavelli says he'll take him over Gage and Malachi Corley. That's different. That's different right there. That's different. What's it called? What am I looking for? Hold up. I gotta find the thing with the thing on it. Double check something real quick. You hear me? Hey. All right. Have you heard the Travis Hunter rumors? I like what I've seen of Aaron. Okay. Which rumor are you referring to? Come on, dog. You know the rumors, man. You know the rumor, man. Oh, wow. Quick question. Wow. David Hatch, hey, man. That's up to you to figure out, man. That's you in your life, man. That's you in your life. Make sure you live it. If you are, make sure you live it up. You know what I'm saying? Be the best gay man you can. If you gay, be you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, Nisa got you out of here, man. Toolman knows what I'm talking about. Hunter only playing cornerback. We're also gonna check out some of the updates as well. We got a few updates for, a lot of people saying this Jaguars, what's it called? A lot of people saying this Jaguars draft class is terrible. First off, can I show you who they drafted? Tight end Nate Borreicher. Let me show you his stat. I'm gonna get his stats. Before we start this video, let me get the stats of him. Because I don't think you're gonna believe it when I show you this. I don't think you're gonna believe it. I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know what people. What? So, and we're gonna get into it, but I need to show you this. I need to show you his college football stats. This man That's crazy. I don't even think he has touchdowns. Oh wow, he had 3 touchdowns in 2025. That's impressive. It's actually impressive. He had 6 receptions. Y'all see this man got drafted. He had 6 receptions last year. I just want y'all to think about that. I just want y'all just look at that. 2025, he had 6 receptions and he was drafted in the 2nd round by the Jaguars. So we've got a little bit to talk about when it comes to them. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna try to help him out, but I honestly can't. I can't. I don't know what I'm gonna help. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? The Travis Hunter rumors have really gotten out of control. They've gotten out of control so much that Travis Hunter himself has to come out and address them. A lot of people talking reckless on the internet. Travis, go ahead and shut it down, man.
Just stop listening to the media. You know, I just said what I said and left it alone. Even like old players just coming and talking like, bro, y'all don't know my situation. Just because you had some different situations while you in the league, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I hate when people start talking something they don't know about.
Hate when people talk about things that they don't know about. Now, maybe he could be referring to a lot of different things because apparently there are some rumors out there that have, no basis in anything. But, when people get a little butthurt on the internet, they do tend to make things up seeking engagement, right? And then there's people who lie and perpetrate the fact that Travis Hunter is going to be a defensive back only, and that is not the case. Now, I remember Travis Hunter initially tweeted about it, and he said, hey, yo, I don't know where y'all getting these sources from. I don't know who your source. I don't know who told you that. And it was even funnier because a bunch of NFL players, a bunch of washed NFL players, to be honest with you, tried to come at Travis Hunter and be like, hey, man, this what happens in the league. They going to tell you X, Y, Z. Come to find out, remember, the NFL, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, which one? I think they're the same person. To be honest with you, I'd be getting them confused. They have to go and they have to walk back their statements. They have to make sure they get it right this time, right?
My understanding is that he's not going to play any less at wide receiver this year. He'll be a factor there in certain situations, but his snaps at the cornerback position will undoubtedly spike now.
Okay. That's not what y'all was saying. That's not what y'all was saying. That wasn't the conversation 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Ryan Clark and every other NFL player. I told y'all Travis Hunter wasn't gonna work on both sides of the ball. The person that reported, he already walked it back. This is what I be talking to y'all about, these motherfuckers in the media, dog. You can't trust them because they just be saying stuff. Even when y'all first, because remember, this is the second time they've had to walk back the Travis Hunter is a full-time cornerback, right? There were leaks and rumors about it. I reported on it and I talked about it. Then the official reports came out. Ian Rappaport, Schefter, they talked about it, X, Y, Z. And the conversation at first was, hey, he's going to primarily play cornerback. And then, maybe he plays less wide receiver. And now that Travis Hunter has addressed it multiple times. Interesting. Now that, some of these players have the possibility to say, nah, y'all lying. Actually, as the player that plays in the building, I might know something that y'all don't know. And what happens? Oh, actually, no. We not saying his wide receiver reps are going to go down. We just saying his DB snaps are going to go up. That's not what y'all said, yo. At the bare minimum, y'all said the wide receiver reps are going down and the DB reps are going up. Now we've gone to the point where everything gonna stay the same, but he gonna get more DB reps. Yo, and if you gonna say rumors and leaks, and just say I was wrong. Just say, hey, I reported wrong. I allowed a reporting that I had that apparently wasn't true to get in the media and start spreading rumors that the fact that Travis Hunter is now a failed pick, right? I remember Browns fans are like, well, they just won the trade. Andrew Berry lit up 15 cigars when that reporting came out, and I don't blame him. He fleeced y'all boys for a corner, but apparently that's not the truth. Apparently now they're walking it back.
They're focusing on corner, but they are figuring him at wide receiver too. I'm just telling you, that's where they're at right now. It doesn't mean he's going to play a ton of snaps at wide receiver, but they felt like what made him a unicorn is what's going to make him dangerous this season. More snaps at corner, still playing some wide receiver.
So more snaps at corner, still playing wide receiver. They got to clean it up. They got to clean it up. And this is why it's important to listen to what the coaches say, right? Now, the coach is I think going to be a little more honest. He might know what is going on in the building. This is what he said. Let me get the date right, because this was a few months back. Shout out to Jack Eye, by the way. So this was February 11th. This is around Super Bowl time. This is what Liam Cohen said about Travis Hunter coming into the new year. Again, we don't have to make up new reports. We can just listen to what the coach
I definitely think we're going to continue the plan in terms of offense, defense. Now, that may alter, right, based on how he continues to evolve with his knee and with how that starts to work. So he's going to play both, right? Like what that looks like may be a little bit different than it looked like this year, right? Because, all right, we just went through a season, went 13-4, played pretty well on the offensive side of the ball with a good group, right? A group that's all coming back. And how do we continue to mix Travis into that and help our offense get better? That'll be what we do. Defensively, we know, man, he can definitely go play corner.
So this was it. The report was this. That's it. It might look different. We can just say that. We can just say that, hey, the usage of Travis Hunter by the Jaguars in the 2026 season is going to look different. It does. We don't have to come out and say that Travis Hunter can't play wide receiver. He's this and that. He's a failed pick. He's a waste pick by the Jags. The head coach has been telling you that he will play both sides of the ball. Y'all said he's going to play one side. Then he said, oh, no, it's going to change. Oh, well, now actually, no, the DB numbers are just going up. We got to stay consistent. If you would just say what Liam Cohen told y'all openly, I don't know how you go against anything besides that. I don't know how there was these new breaking rumors that people are reporting on, and we got back to this. Y'all broke news. Travis Hunter looked at y'all, called y'all liars, and now y'all are back reporting the same thing that the head coach reported. What was the purpose of the report in the first place? That's kind of confusing to me. Y'all reported something in March that was already reported on or told to y'all in February. Y'all tried to twist it and try to see if y'all can get something off. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like the media is intentionally wanting you to feel a certain way about a player. Don't you think it's very odd that as soon as those Travis Hunter rumors came out about him playing cornerback, you immediately saw all these people come out the woodwork? Ah, man, I try to tell y'all. Oh, man, see, that's a waste of a pick. Oh, man, the Browns really got good value. Interesting. Nobody decided to question it. Nobody decided to acknowledge the fact that his last game as a wide receiver, he put 100 yards up on them boys. Like, he was doing pretty well playing both sides of the ball. He was disrupting and locking down Devontae Adams and Travis Kelce on one side and going to get busy on the other side of the ball. And you want to look at me and say you're a failure? It seems like some of y'all don't watch football, right? It seems like the media is doing what they do best, and they're forming a narrative, devaluing a player, right? And this goes back. It always comes back to the Browns. I know it's crazy. It always comes back to the Cleveland Browns contract with Deshaun Watson, right? It comes back to Le'Veon Bell. If you want to be honest, it all comes back to Le'Veon Bell, what I'm about to tell you. The NFL cannot allow Travis Hunter to be great at two positions on two sides of the ball. If he's great on two positions on one side of the ball, that's one thing, right? Especially at defensive back, it's a little bit more analogous. Okay, you can kind of move in, move out. All right, boom. Pass rusher and stuff like that gets a little bit different. The reason he can't be great at both sides of the ball, and the NFL does not want to do that, because you're going to have to pay him like two players. And that's not going to happen. The NFL does not want to open up a can of worms where players can guarantee their value by playing both sides of the ball. You've seen what they've done with guaranteed contracts, have you not? When's the last top tier, fully guaranteed quarterback from an NFL quarterback that you've seen? After Deshaun Watson. You didn't see none, did you? You saw good guaranteed money. You saw some situation. Maybe you saw a small one that was fully guaranteed. They will not allow you to do a fully guaranteed big boy quarterback contract because of Deshaun Watson. They will not pay you to be two positions because of Le'Veon Bell. They're not going to go for it. They need people to think that Travis Hunter is not worth what he's worth. So when they go and give that contract, and they go give him a mid-tier wide receiver contract with some incentives for interceptions, right? And he's looking stupid, right? It was part of the plan the whole time. Don't please, as NFL is begging y'all, don't look at Travis Hunter and think that he's a unicorn, because unicorns, special people, they get special money. Ask Primetime. hey, they get dangerous. Ask the Godfather. When you're special, the money gotta be special, right? And God forbid a player have a type of leverage that Deion Sanders had. Not only do I play two positions, but I can go up the road and go play in the World Series. So you better have my money right. The NFL don't want to be held like that. The NFL don't want players to have leverage. And the NFL definitely does not want to have to pay a player that is elite on both sides of the ball, so they want to devalue him. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. But you know who isn't? You know who is tripping? You know who is tripping, right? The Jacksonville Buffaloes, because there's so many Colorado players over there. The Jacksonville Jaguars, dog. Preston Hodge has signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He joins BJ Green, who's actually been contributing. Cam, who actually got on the roster at the end of the year. He was on the practice squad, then got on the roster. Obviously, Travis is there too. Like, dog, it's looking real nice, man. PJ Green, Hodge, Cam, Travis Hunter, all on the same team. That's a beautiful thing. Got some Buffaloes going to bigger and better places. But you know what's not that big and not that great is this Jaguar situation. While as much as I love and value Travis Hunter, and I really don't want them to try to devalue him, put him in a box, and ultimately limit the type of money that he can provide for his family. By the way, shout out new dad Travis Hunter. I know how you feel, brother. Well, I'm not a millionaire like you, so it's probably a little different, but I know how you feel, brother. Anyway, not the point. The point is a lot of people have been giving the Jaguars a hard time because their draft is dog water. So let's hear what old Gladstone had to say right after what a lot of people are calling the worst draft of the entire year, or at least the worst draft in decades.
James, how do you compare what you got out of this draft to what you wanted to get out of it?
Oh, that's a great question. So I can say, as a part of maybe the day before kickoff on Thursday, we ended up putting players in slots across all 11 picks, and can in fact say that we were able to nail 10 of those 11, and we only made 10 selections. So that was a pretty fun outcome, knowing that we were able to map it as cleanly as we were. I don't think that had anything to do with skill, but maybe a little more luck than that. But that was a pretty.
I don't know what he's talking about. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what he yapped about. He drafted a fifth round tight end in the second round. Let's be honest. The draft grades for the Jaguars, according to different assets, right? ESPN gives it a C, NFL B, Social Press C, D. For Sports Illustrated, C, D, 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 D. God dang. Throw some D's on that motherfucker, dog. Golly. Bleacher Report, Yahoo Sports, USA Today, PFF D. Not ideal. And why would this draft class be talked about the way it's talked about? Look, honestly, I really like the pick of the offensive guard out of Oregon. I think that's a really good pick. Here's the issue. It starts right here for me. Tight end, Nate Borkacher out of Texas A&M. Now, you know how I feel about Texas A&M. I'm a Texas fan. I have to make fun of Texas A&M players all the time. When the Browns drafted Casey Concepcion, I was like, oh, I know him. He's a threat, scary wide receiver. I know him. I don't know. I don't know who Nate. Who the? And come to find out, this man had 19 receptions last season for 198 yards. This man had 3 touchdowns, which was his career high. Now, look, tight ends aren't the flashiest wide receivers all the time. But what in the Sam hell, what is he here for? Is he a blocking tight end? You took a blocking tight end in the second round? 2 receptions, 6 receptions, 5 receptions, 6 receptions at Nebraska. We're not talking about, I know Nebraska fans think they're amazing. Go look at Nebraska's win totals for the last 5 years. Not great. On a mediocre team, getting 5 receptions. And that was the first pick you picked in the second round. I don't know, man. It's looking crazy. It's looking a little crazy, but I'm happy you got some Colorado Buffaloes in there. I'm happy that the Jacksonville Buffaloes are just having a good time, man. Having an absolute good time. So, I wanted to check in on Travis Hunter. A lot of different, A lot of different rumors being spread around. It seems like him and his Colorado fan base. What's going on, BJ? It seems like him and the Colorado fans are having a good time, or Colorado teammates are having a good time. You feel me? They having a great time doing what they do. I don't know if this music is copyrighted, so I don't want to play it. But an absolute phenomenal time. Let me know how y'all feel about Travis Hunter, the updates, everything else in between. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Man, get Travis Hunter the bag already, man. Go ahead and pay him like he played both sides of the ball, man. Stop playing. Golly. Why are they trying to play, man? I think AB may have been looking at this guy maybe as a blocking tight end, expecting him to be the 5th. And he mentioned people are running on blocking tight ends early. Interesting. But a second round tight end, jeez. Diego, we already talked about Diego Pavi. He did. Shout out to Diego Pavi. What I will say, congratulations to him. He officially signed undrafted free agent contract with the Ravens. I got invited to camp, but they already signed him preemptively. So shout out to that. Okay, so we did Shedeur. Secret Weapon. We did Shedeur. We did Andrew Berry. Man, we did a lot. Golly. We've been here for a while, ain't it? What's it called? What else? I think we are. Yeah, man, we on to some reactions, man. We gonna react to some stuff, man. We gonna close it out with this, man. We're gonna close it out with some reactions. A few different things going on, man. I do want to talk about Deanna Rousini, dog. Let's talk about this Deanna Rousini situation. And then, have y'all heard about Sorsby? Y'all heard about Sorsby, dog? That boy wildin', man. That boy wildin'. Damn, man, close the window. What you doing? That boy Sorsby going crazy. Considering our second rounders were all first round top 15 caliber players. That is way over on. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know what the thought. Again, maybe he's the greatest blocking tight end of all time. But I highly doubt it. You feel me? I highly doubt it. But let's react to this. I want to get a little bit more Deanna Rousini stuff. This is gonna be on the second channel, by the way. Somebody made a good point. I need to add my second channel to my bio. I don't have it in my bio. But let me show you where it is, man. Hold up. Let me show you where it is. And I'll link it eventually. But this is the reaction channel, man. We just be reacting. Very low lift. Sometimes we get in our bag a little bit, but come check us out. Tennies 200. Come vibe with us. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of Tusi, a little bit of, what I mean. A whole lot of Mike Vrabel, dog. A whole lot of Mike Vrabel. I like to get into a little bit of high school. That's where I do. This is where I do all my college football stuff too, because obviously, what in the wow, okay. So happy I'm doing this off screen because the Twitter be tweaking, dog. Tweaked out. thing at? Oh yeah, this is crazy. Hey, they said they said they made him a playlist, yo. Wow. This is crazy, yo. Where's the thing where I want to make sure I have. There's this thing where Deanna Rousini is talking about her son being named Mike. This is crazy. All right. Is the internet gonna leave Mike Vrabel alone? Is the internet? No, man. I'm sorry, dog. You can't be caught cheating on your lady with the reporter and think we gonna leave you alone, dog. Come on, you knew what it was. Y'all, you knew what it was, big homie. You gotta stay home for that, big homie. Gotta stay home for that one. I had to make sure the camera right. Make sure the camera right. Please. 69. Wait, what? Wait. An hour and 9 minutes. That is 69 minutes. Oh, this is a nasty lady. Dog, this is a nasty lady. We're gonna watch Cam Newton speak about this, but I just want to go through a few things. I just want to go through a few things. All right, let's talk about this. All right, I haven't talked about the Rousini thing in like a week, and a lot has happened in a week. A lot has happened. Obviously, we know resignations. Not Vrabel, but yeah, Vrabel. He flip flopped from Hold up. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I had to cough right there. But let's get into it. I need the Patriots. The Patriots need to stay. The Patriots. Wow. Patriots need to stay focused, man. They definitely need to stay focused, right? I haven't covered the Deanna Rousini and Vrabel situation in a second, and boy, has it been a crazy week. Vrabel went to counseling during the draft. He talked to the media, and it seems like more nasty things about Deanna Rousini. Deanna Rousini, at first it was a joke. I think she genuinely hates her husband, because we're getting tweets from 2020, 2021. Obviously, we now know, due to the second leak, that Mike Vrabel and Deanna Rousini had been seeing each other since 2020. There were leaks of her and him at a bar since 2020, right? And in 2021, she tweeted this out. She says, "Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son, Michael, while trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL." Now, I don't know if you know how specific this is, but Mike Vrabel, the Super Bowl winning player as a player, right? And also Super Bowl coaching coach. I want to say winning. He hasn't won a Super Bowl yet as a coach. And this was in 2021. 4-day-old son. And they had already been hooking up before this. So one of two things happen. Either Michael is Mike Vrabel's son, or Deanna Rousini's husband has a son named after the man Deanna Rousini has been in an almost half a decade long affair with. This is disgusting. This is, and not disgusting like ill, nasty. Disgusting like, if this happened to me, I would be crying in a corner. I don't know what else to say. And then it don't stop there. Back in 2022, Deanna Rousini apparently shared a playlist with a man with the username Mike. Now, I don't like this Twitter account. But they had it, and it says, as you can see, Deanna Rousini sharing the playlist on December 19th, 2022. Now, December 19th, 2022 is interesting because Tennessee was on a 4-game losing streak, and this playlist is ass. This playlist is ass, dog. What is this? Turning the page. You got Break My Soul. You saw Mike down there, right? You got there, and then Mike. He's a collaborator too. Yeah, there he is, Mike. You see Mike, Sky Days. Welcome to the Jungle photograph. Like these are awful. And somebody in my live chat pointed out that this is an hour and 9 minutes. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, you're trying to point out that it's like super long. Nah, man. How many minutes is an hour in 9 minutes? If there's 60 minutes in an hour in 9 minutes, the square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Because I've been trying to work it out. This nastiness. Nasty business. So that's absolutely cooked. No one's ever going to hear the end of that. Let's hear what Cam Newton has to say, because apparently he thinks there's a double standard. What? Hey, man, Cam Newton get them nice hats on. He be trying to cook from time to time. Let's see what he has to say, man. Let's see what he has to say.
Efforts in doing so. I understand I could have addressed you guys sooner, but it was important to me to have a conversation with the players, which I did yesterday. Very candid. Press pause right there, Peggy!
Okay, I'm sorry. I had the audio wrong.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience that you've shown in a personal and private matter for me and obviously everybody involved. I know that that's not easy for you, and I respect that, and I appreciate your efforts in doing so. I understand I could have addressed you guys sooner, but it was important to me to have a conversation with the players, which I did yesterday. Very candid.
Press pause right there, Peggy! Because it don't matter. We ain't got to watch the whole clip to understand that wasn't nothing even exposed. We didn't find nothing out.
Yeah, he ain't say nothing.
I thought he was about to say he calling a PSA, public service announcement. Hey, everybody. Boston Globe, New York Times, AJC, Charlotte Observer.
Come on.
Wall Street Journal.
Your local yearbook. Morning announcements.
Gossip.
Come on.
Media takeout. Oh, y'all, come on. Let's talk. Let's chat. Hollywood Unlocked. Yeah, let's talk. Everybody who has a phone, let's talk. Yeah, I just didn't want to be a distraction. You didn't want to be a distraction. Captain Obvious here. Hey, Coach.
Hey.
It's already been a distraction.
Exactly.
The timeliness of it, though, was extremely strategic. Peggy, why was it strategic?
Yeah, tell me why.
It's Tuesday.
Okay.
What's going to be even bigger story before the week's end?
The draft.
Hello.
And then he tried to throw that in. I don't want to take away from the NFL draft.
This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, little children, dogs and cats. People with a lot of money, people with no money, ugly people, pretty people, or people in between.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to speak for the players.
Yeah.
Because if this was a player, I'm having a hard time understanding if they get that same grace.
That's true.
And I know he's gonna talk about it, but first of all, yeah, Cam is. Hey, Marie. Marie says, Tings, you're extra at times, but Cam Newton is on another level. Yeah, yes. I gotta stop him for 1 second because this is what I need to say. The pimp that wouldn't look right anywhere else. Okay, hey, stop with the jokes. Stop. However, I do want to say he is extra. He do be yapping. However, he does be making points. This is my thing. Some people don't like the messenger or how the message is delivered. Me, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You could, give me $1 million smeared in shit. I'm gonna get the shit off and get the $1 million. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the $1 million worth of game. That was a terrible analogy. But you know what I'm saying? I don't care how it's wrapped up. Give me the bread. You feel me? So I can look through all of this weird pimp Rockets aesthetic with the pop collar. I don't know what Cam be wearing. I don't know what. Half the time, I don't know what he be saying. But I do understand what he be saying. What he's saying is how interesting, how convenient for a head coach, former player, to be cheating on his wife with a married person of interest in the NFL, a reporter, someone who's supposed to have journalistic integrity, right? Do you think that if a player cheated on his wife with a cheerleader in the organization, now that's a little different, or maybe a cheerleader from another team, how about let's say that? Do you think people would ever let that player live it down? Or would there be signs in the stands? Would it be talked about him being a locker room cancer because he's the cheerleader? Please, let's be honest. You know what they do when the players do it. Oh man, y'all terrible. Y'all outline. This kind of is funny. I was making a video for the main channel. Y'all, if you're on the stream, I was talking about Travis Hunter and devaluing people. It's that same conversation. It's the same conversation. It's the same reason why when the Mike Vrabel and Deanna Rousini pictures came out, I love you, Uncle Shannon Sharp. Hush mouth. See, what's crazy now is all the people who were quiet about Rousini, y'all was quiet at first and it was like, okay, now if you being quiet about it, you just lying. Now I know what's up. Because Rousini done resigned. They got pictures from 1997 of these two motherfuckers together canoodling it and locking lips and fingers or whatever. They was shooting dice one time. They was shooting dice. They was in Las Vegas though. They was in Vegas. They got playlists. They got stuff. What else do you need? Not to comment on this, but if stuff. Hey, let Stephon Diggs have something. I'm not saying Stephon Diggs is right. I'm not saying that. Right? But let Stephon Diggs have some problem with a little lady over there. Let this and that happen. Let somebody get involved with a lady that maybe they shouldn't have been. Let CJ Stroud walk out of a celebrity baseball game with Amber Rose. He didn't hear the end of that shit for a while, dog. So I'm saying all this to say, Cam might be extra, but he does. He is pretty right. He does make a good point. They would never parade Mike Vrabel around. They wouldn't talk and talk nasty about the coach in the same way they talk about these players. But go ahead, Cam.
Hey, if you're a player, it may not be disciplinary situations from the team, but let Patrick Mahomes find out he had an infidelity issue. Let doggone Tom Brady find. No, matter of fact, Tom Brady. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go there.
Got a 2-for-1 special.
I didn't mean to go there. Did not mean to go there.
He did. All right.
Josh Allen.
All right, there you go. Uh-huh.
Help me out, Piggy.
Oh, yeah.
Man, forget that. Dak Prescott he called his marriage off, and that was the biggest news story for everybody was talking about it. Shannon Sharp, everybody. Oh, what did Dak Prescott do? What did Dak Prescott ladies do? Oh, it's that prenup. And everybody has something to say when Dak Prescott went through his stuff, right? And nothing illegal, and I'm not saying anything illegal, but nothing even crossed the line. That was personal. They ain't she wasn't a reporter. Nobody was cheating on nobody. Well, that we know of, because we don't know why it was called off. But Mike Vrabel have his every head coach, sometimes has sex with a reporter. Who has it? Like, come on, dog. Come on. It's getting nasty. At first, it was just the craziness of it happening. Now it's the craziness of people acting like it didn't happen. Like, I don't know, man. This is a nasty situation. I don't think we're hearing the end of this. I don't think that Mike Vrabel is going to last more than 2 more years as a Patriots head coach honestly, because of this. I think this starts putting stress on some things. Not because I don't think that the owner cares. I think that the public perception is going to start getting a little loud, and it's going to be hard to be a really good coach. Now, unless he got a really good wife that he cheated on, unless the wife that he cheated on is a really good, he gonna have a hard time trying to stay focused and try to go home and get some peace because, man, it's not looking great, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel though. Peace. This is another Urban Meyer story or Bill Belichick. Which Urban Meyer story? Which Urban Meyer story? And which Bill Belichick story? I don't like the double standard. The woman has to resign and nothing has to happen to Mike. Now, Miss Melanated, here's what I'll say. It's two things. First off, technically, she didn't have to resign. She resigned. So I want to point that out. She didn't have to resign. She just, I guess, as they were investigating, she decided to resign. In fact, they actually came out, The Athletic came out in support of her at first until they got more details because I think she went in there and lied to them. So to be fair, that, this didn't really happen one for one. What happened was she lied to her people and then she decided to resign. However, I do think, to your point, Miss Melanated, I do think Mike Vrabel needs some sort of punishment, like something, right? Like a fine, a class. I know he went to his little rehab thing on Saturday or whatever, but I think the NFL should, like at least a fine, at least something. Be like, hey, dog, don't. Oh, dang, my fault. I took my thing out. To at least be like, yo, don't do that, dog. Don't do that. Yeah. All right, one more video and I'm gonna wrap this up, man. Last video. Oh, it's right here. Last reaction. The Brendan Sorsby thing. Okay. How many of y'all have been keeping up with the Brendan Sorsby? If you're a Colorado fan, this is very, very big news for you. Rousini seems like she has Fatal Attraction vibes. She got all types of vibes, dog. She got every vibe imaginable. Okay. Here we go. Hey!
Dom DeMarco.
It get dangerous. The big $50. Where my dogs at?
Dog territory, beware. Dog territory, beware. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Dogs outside.
What? Huh?
Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at?
Dom DeMarco.
Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies.
I'm gonna get in trouble. There's a baby asleep. I might get in trouble. Hold up. Matter of fact, take 4. Oh God. And she just put him down too. Oh, he's still asleep. 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 Come on,
Dom DeMarco.
he's still asleep.
Dom DeMarco.
Nah, that's too much. That's too much. But no, seriously, let me actually read the message. let me actually read the message. Tings, just a little addition to the diaper fund. Thank you so much. Keep cooking. Your content is fire. I appreciate how you stand up business about 2. You were smiling more than 2 during this interview recap. Keep it up. God bless you, your wife, and baby Tings. Now, Miss Marie, you know that means the $50 donation, you can officially choose a sound you want to add to the soundboard. Right now, we've got a few of them. We've got the NFL. We've got the siren. We've got the Black Ops one. This one takes a very long time to start. You know what I'm saying? Takes a... Hey, I gotta let the dogs out from time to time. You know what I'm saying? That is, and then so the dog one, that's Selmore Foot. He did that one. That's the one that he did. I got this one.
Dom DeMarco.
You feel me? I got a regular boom. I got the Now this one has to go. This one was only for draft day. This one right here.
Draft day, Johnny Manziel.
So that one needs to go. So if you have an intro to a song you want me to add, if there's a sound you want, there's a funny sound. Obviously, I got the.
Hey yo, what the?
You know what I'm saying? And then of course
It get dangerous.
That one can't be touched. That's a permanent. You feel me? So again, any donations of $50 or more, you're guaranteed a place on the soundboard. So please let me know what sound you want. Okay, she says. Okay, she gonna let it ride. She gonna pass it to the next. All right, I respect it. She likes that dog check. She like that dog check, man. Come on, dog check. Hey, not too much. I don't wanna stress. But next stream, we gonna go crazy with that one. Sell more fun. Hey man, you turn it up, man. Little things like that bedtime music. Hey, little things does like little music at bedtime, man. But hey, we had a little too much fun. We're having a little too much fun. You take me just crazy. Let's land it here. We're gonna do a little bit of college football. I do want y'all to know I most likely won't be streaming Thursday. I might do a quick one. I'm doing a little bit of traveling, right? It's not gonna be anything major. Videos are still gonna go up, so don't worry about that. And I can record where I'm going anyway, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. But just for for streams, I might not stream this Thursday, so that's why I want to make this one nice and long. We getting our money's worth. You know what I'm saying? We're doing what we need to do. Thank you so much for real for the $50 donation. Y'all showing out major. I had like 400 people here at one point. We're chilling at the end of the stream with like 260. So y'all the best. Watch some draft day and AB out Costner Kevin Costner for the same team. Hey, if you look at the end of the second and third round, the third and fourth round, where AB just kept trading back and then coming back and then trading back and then coming back. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? We ended the stream on day 2 on Friday because I was like, oh, okay, well, they traded out. So I ended the stream. By the time I ended the stream and I came back, they were back on the clock. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna finish it off with a little bit of Brendan Sorsby news. So this is an absurd news story in the world of college football, but it's one that I think a lot of people should have been predicting. Sports gambling, as soon as it became legal, opened up a Pandora's box. That mixed with NIL is creating a crazy storm. And Brendan Sorsby, who was supposed to be the quarterback for Texas Tech, they got them oil money over there. They paid him supposedly a $6.5 million contract in NIL, and he just checked himself into rehab for a gambling addiction. Yo, what?
In college football.
Yeah,
This is a big deal for all of sports, certainly collegiate sports, because there's a lot more athletes in there.
Oh, yeah, Pat McAfee.
Gambling becoming as readily available and prevalent as it is to society has certainly become a little bit of adversity for leagues having to monitor their own players and coaches. Obviously, Pete Rose is who everybody kind of points to in the sports world whenever you get drafted into a professional team or you're playing college football or college sports of all. Me, and D-Butt have had to sit through numerous meetings at every single level saying, don't be Pete Rose, do not gamble, do not put the integrity of the game ever in question. If you do that, it can ruin it for everybody. That is still very real, but gambling is much easier to do as opposed to the backseaty days that was always happening, but certainly not as easily available. Now, we have a story that is rocking college football. Brendan Sorsby, formerly of the University of Cincinnati, transferred to Texas Tech as the #1 quarterback in the transfer portal. Guy was an absolute stud at Cincy. Texas Tech has all-stars all across the board. They got a lot of money from they take shovels out there and they go down, and then there's this, they literally live on top of what provides for them, which is just oil down there.
That's right.
They got a lot of oil. They're building a monster down there. They have a monster down there. Obviously, #2 overall pick, David Bailey, is from Texas Tech. That's only going to continue with what they were able to do. Brendan Sorsby, highly sought after by everybody. Texas Tech wins the battle. They're going to go. Now he's in a residential treatment for a gambling addiction. And it's come out that he gambled on games in which he was a part of the team at Indiana his freshman year, even though he did not play, which was the school he was at before Cincinnati. Then there was a report that there was over 1,000 bets made. And then there was some baseball bets allegedly made for like $1 or $2.50. Now we await what is going to happen for all of this. We assume massive suspension or penalty to Brendan Sorsby, but the man who will know is the man who put out all these tweets. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the authority of college sports, Pete Thamel.
Yay!
Pete, thank you for joining us. Every time you join us, it's seemingly something super serious. That is why we bring you in here. You are the man for the job. This is a big deal, obviously, not only for Sorsby, his family, his trajectory, Texas Tech, but college football as a whole. Can you kind of take us where we're at, how they found out, and what's possible with this entire thing?
Yeah, Pat, let's start with the macro. I think culturally you touched on it. This is a giant story. He will become the first face of collegiate gambling. There has obviously been other instances, even some of the college basketball gambling stuff that I came on your show about a little while ago, came out today in terms of prop bets and everything. But he is the first major college athlete to be the centerpiece of this. This is someone who projected as a first-round pick in the 2027 NFL draft. That is sort of the odds that Brendan Sorsby is up against. Is there leniency for him coming out and admitting it? Is there an evolution in thought because of the pervasiveness of the gambling? Those are all things that are being bandied around right now. But by the pure letter of the law, it would be he faces a long uphill climb in order to play football at Texas Tech next year, and he certainly doesn't have any other eligibility past that. He's played for redshirt and then played 3, so this is his final actual year of eligibility.
Okay.
Now I want to speak about that before they go any deeper, just to make sure we're all caught up, because a lot of people in my live chat are making a really good point. Somebody said, Les Dragon said, if this was Shedeur, it would go nuclear. If this was a player on Colorado, oh my God! Like and this is going kind of viral, but I feel like people aren't freaking out enough about this. Like Texas Tech just lost their starting quarterback. Like they effectively lost their quarterback. There's like a list of rules, and like one of the rules is like you get immediate expulsion if you bet on games that you're a part of, or like on the same team that you're a part of. Now he didn't play in the games, but he bet on his team in games in which his team played in. So maybe that counts as being a part of the. Technically, he was a part of the game. Like he suited up and he was there putting bets on it. So it doesn't, like, to his point, it doesn't look like he's going to be playing football anytime soon, right? And then you talk about the NFL outlook. You go from a first-round pick. Now you're a guy with gambling addiction, right? That immediately going to knock off some points for what you can and can't do. You can't put any more film out there. This is a crazy situation. And then, God, I want to know what happens to the NIL deal he signed. I'm sure there's some stipulations in there about, XYZ. I remember back in the day, I'm not sure if it was a rumor, if it was a true, but a lot of people's NIL deals, like, they were contingent on if they played. So they were guaranteed money, like they were given the money, but they have to play certain amount thresholds to get certain money. So I don't know if his contract's like that. He might have just lost $6.5 million, as well as losing a potential NFL contract too. That's absurd.
Thank you for all of that. You use some words in there that are awesome, and I'll try to use them later. Bandy about, yeah, whatever it is in its entirety. So it said it was a gambling app, so that would mean that they can track all of his bets. Mm-hmm. The people that will be investigating him at the NCAA will be able to see all of.
I'm sorry. He's cooked. Hey, Pete, that was it. Yeah, they can see everything. Yeah. Like, God.
His bets, right? Will we publicly be able to know all of his bets? Because obviously, we've heard of this freshman bet at IU when he wasn't playing, and he bet on them to win, allegedly, is what it all is. I'm not saying that means he should be okay because he bet on them to win. Yeah, the trail is always going to lead to you at some point. I mean, it's just kind of how it goes, especially with the geotagging of where the betting is. I guess last question on this entire thing, and we appreciate you so much for your time. When were these bets being made? Because I saw a number like 1,000 plus, and then I saw some baseball stuff being posted. Was there baseball bets? Like, what do we know as of this moment when his most recent bets were? Was there a tie? It was like, is this happening at Cincy? Like what is the most recent bet?
So my understanding of the betting timeline is that it started when he arrived at Indiana in 2022 and went through his time at Cincinnati. I don't know, Pat, if he had bet at all since he arrived at Texas Tech. I did not
know that. Oh, yeah, he's cooked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Toolman says it best. He may not play college football again. I think he gets sued, but he isn't going to jail. Yeah, he's not going to go to jail. He may get a chance with UFL. If he's good there, Kevin could use him in Atlanta. I mean, hey, I guess so. I did not. That's news to me. I did not know UFL. Shout out to UFL. UFL's been kind of fun. I've been checking it on clips. I need to really watch some games. I did not know as recently as Cincinnati. I thought this was all Indiana, and it was just his freshman year, and then that was it, and then it's just coming back. He's been betting at Cincinnati.
That information hasn't been available to me, but the sheer vastness of this is something that's is something that's really significant, right? Like you have thousands of bets. Now he wasn't betting, thousands of dollars a game. This was, balls and strikes, small stuff, the kind of things, quite frankly, kids his age do. Like when I walk through the crowd in game day to go do one of my injury hits, people just scream like a random tailback. What do you think? Plus minus 78 yards today. Like that is how that age and that generation consumes sports. They don't consume it through the, hey, is West Virginia, just to use your example, going to win today? They view it through their own personal prism of, I have a bet on this prop, on this guy, on this team. How will that unfold?
As somebody who played a lot of cards, poker, a pretty big part of my story, somebody that played blackjack, pretty big, high limits throughout most of my NFL career, and they would get mad about us either accepting free drinks at casinos, but they could have scratch-offs. It's like the constant debate on what you're allowed to gamble on, what you're not allowed to gamble on, where you're allowed to gamble, how you're allowed to gamble, has always been happening in sports, at least in the NFL. Now in college, it's like if we know that this guy's betting on balls and strikes, it's like that's not a big deal, right?
No, not at all.
That can't be a big deal. But if he's betting on football, on his team, it's like that, I think, is probably the one. And now it's already out there. They bet on Indiana as a freshman. It's like he wasn't playing though. Now the conversation is
Still though. And they're gonna beat around the bush and be like, oh well, is he okay? Is he good? I don't, dog. If you allow something like this is gonna open a crazy precedent. And what's gonna happen is the NCAA, who's known for getting pushed around with their rules anyway, is gonna get pushed around on gambling. And if this happens, if Sorsby isn't treated like the Barry Bonds, the Pete Rose, the worst person in football, and I hate that it has to happen to him. I think Sorsby's a talented player. I think he's going to be a good football player. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be handled that way because college football then runs into the problem of not only just NIL and people say, oh, the game is dead. Gambling is going to kill the game. Gambling is going to turn college football into WWE. You're going to watch MAC football games and people are going to be throwing games and fumbling on purpose. Like it can get real disgusting and real nasty. This is an absurd story. Some people aren't treating it like an absurd story. I think people are trying to sweep it under the rug so we can get to football. But this has, and I honestly, if I can say one more thing, the real reason why I think that this is, even though it's still big, it's not as big as it could be, is because when they start looking, they're going to find a lot more players. If the NCAA really wanted to, they could do a cross-reference on the whole database of the NCAA players and see who's been betting, and I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people who will not be eligible. So I don't know if y'all want to open that can of worms, but it can get real nasty. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below. Y'all be easy. Peace. All right. He will be monitored and will probably come back. I mean, Henry Ruggs is coming back to the league. Yeah, the Henry Ruggs thing is pretty crazy. Watson like that old. All right. We're getting to the Watson old days. All right. I'm tired, dog. I'm tired, boss. We did what we did. Good stream, fun stream, big vibes, all that stuff. Let me wrap this up. Shout out to the $50. Shout out to everybody that donated. Shout out to everybody that was here. Never trust a quarterback with no chin. It's crazy. Shout out to the 260 just chilling. It's just Tuesday. Whoa, Deontay, yo, you came in right when I'm ending, man. Deontay, what happened, dog? Came right as I was ending. We had a fun stream too, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to rewatch. That thing, John. You ain't gonna have to do that. But for real, 260 y'all in the building. As I closed the stream out, it got up to about 400, and it's just a Tuesday. Ain't even we just vibing out. It's just a Tuesday, and we like this. So, beautiful stuff. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Really fun stream, really deep stream. Class and being a dad, man. Hey, I feel you. Hey, I ain't judging you. You know that. You may not know I love Watson. Watched him play when I was living in Houston. Had a Watt jersey though. Hey, I don't know if you can see, but I believe Deshaun Watson can play some good football. And I grew up. Well, I wouldn't say I grew up. I went to high school around the area that he played high school. I didn't go to his high school. I'm not going to dox myself like that. But I went to high school in that area, and he's basically like a legend in the area. So I know of Deshaun Watson not only from me growing up because he was a legend, through Clemson, but then on top of that, I'm a Texans fan too. So I know Deshaun Watson can get like that too. So that's why, to me, when you talk about the Shedeur conversation, it's really about it's really about the future. It's about hope. It's about pushing things forward, right? Like, okay, Deshaun Watson can be good, but Shedeur Sanders gives you hope. Shedeur Sanders gives you a future. Shedeur Sanders gives you a different pep in your step instead of kind of trying to reopen this book that might be a little oily, a little, just might not have the best memory. So I just think it's an interesting conversation. Yeah, nasty man, but he can still hoop. He's just a freaky guy. Yeah, he's a freaky guy. Great live. Thank you, Don Juan. Thank you, One Ohio. Trizzy, appreciate you being here. Leanne, Deontay, I'm sorry we was a little, you know what I mean? We wrapped up as you got here. But go rewatch. It was a good stream. I know we were kindred spirits. Nothing against his game. It's a shame he didn't work out in Cleveland because I thought it was a good move and was wrong with everyone. Can I tell you something before I go? Because shout out to my man, Toolman. As a Texans fan, when I remember when Deshaun got traded, I was so sad. I remember being so sad. I had to watch Matt Schaub hoops. Matt Schaub. And no disrespect to Matt Schaub, really, because, technically he's a legend. But I had to watch Ryan Mallett. I had to watch Brock Osweiler. We paid Brock Osweiler, like, real money. We paid him U.S. currency to play quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ryan Fitzpatrick, though. But yeah, man, it was a tough time. So it was rough to see him go. I genuinely thought that the Browns just oh man, he's gonna break the curse. He's the chosen one. But obviously it didn't work out like that. So we'll see what happens. It's very interesting. I'm a fan of Shedeur. I was once a big fan of Deshaun. Obviously things happen and it's a little different. So I think it's gonna be an interesting situation. Obviously the last time. Unethical hoops. That Deontay unethical hoops is the perfect way to say it because and the other thing is we haven't really seen him play good football in a second, so we'll see. But I'm be here talking football all day. I got places to be. I got to travel tomorrow. We got to do stuff. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much, Toolman. Thank you so much. You actually bring in some dope conversation. All y'all, James Games, great conversation. Deontay, everybody. I stand on what I said earlier in the stream. I don't care if you're a Browns fan, if you're a Shedeur fan, if you're a Dion fan, if you're a Texans fan. If you're watching my stream, you are a football fan. Don't let people who are upset that your opinions are different and that you have different opinions, don't let them try to define you as a whatever or a zealot or a this or a that. A lot of y'all know more football than me. So let's get it real. Let's get it straight. I appreciate y'all being here. Over 200 y'all on the Tuesday, just yapping about football, having great conversations. Thank y'all so much. Y'all be blessed. We will see you next time. I don't know when I'll stream next, but I will be.